Hello, welcome to the Surrey Knitter Knitting and Crochet podcast. My name is Heather and I'm a knitter and a crocheter and I live in Surrey with my two children and my partner. First off, let's address the elephant in the room, which is my channel name change. Before, my channel was called Surrey Crafter, not even the Surrey Crafter, but I have recently changed it to the Surrey Knitter just to connect with more people like me. I am numbering this podcast as episode 1 because the last podcast was so long ago. The last time I made one was actually July last year, so I want to start afresh. I recently posted a video about live updates and just how I want to change my content a bit more, just to be a bit more authentic. So I thought the name change and starting from episode 1 was the best way forward, just for a fresh start. So yeah, so in this podcast I've got a massive pile next to me of stuff to show you. It can't go on for too long because my phone is showing me that I can only record for 41 minutes because of my storage. But yeah, we will try to get through it. In the first section of the podcast, I'm going to show you things I made in later last year, so kind of from July onwards. It won't be everything because I've given some stuff away. I made quite a lot of stuff for a baby that was born, and also I didn't really keep good notes on it, so I can't remember half the stuff, if I'm honest. The second part will show you the finished objects I have made. Sorry, I'm in my living room and just it's fine. The neighbours already think I'm strange, so that's fine. The second part of the podcast will be stuff I've finished since 2026. And then the third part of the podcast will be WIPS I have, which I've got 4 WIPS, I believe. And then at the end, I guess we can just chat about some goals or any sort of life updates. So I will get into showing you what I made basically late last year. I completely lost my knitting mojo in summer of last year, and that's because I basically lost weight and nothing fit me, and I do like knitting garments for myself. So I stopped knitting and crocheting altogether, but then I kind of got a passion for crocheting cardigans, so I crocheted a lot. I've only got 2 to show you, but I crocheted much more than 2. But as I said, I crocheted for this new baby that was born. So that was a lot that went to her. So I don't have any photos of that, but I do have what I actually crocheted for my own daughter. So here is what I crocheted. This is, I'm just putting the buttons together actually because they're undone for some reason. I've put all my notes on my iPad, so we'll see how easy it is to access that during this podcast, or if maybe next time writing it down will be more convenient. So this is the Love My Granny cardigan by Baby Crochet Designs. So let me just show you. I'm just doing up the poppers. This was the first garment I put poppers on, so I thought that would be convenient because my daughter is only 3. It would just be convenient for her to get on and off herself. So here we go. The Love My Granny cardigan, and this is it's an acrylic yarn and it's from Wool Warehouse. I think it's their Yarn Smiths brand. And she absolutely loves this. She wears this a lot. And it is a paid for pattern, and it's a really nice pattern actually. I really enjoyed doing it, especially when I had absolutely no mojo to craft. I've got these buttons on the front just so it looks like it has buttons, and then if I kind of pop it open, you've got the snaps that I've just sewn on. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. Sorry if you can hear any noises. My sofa, leather sofa, and I'm kind of leaning forward just to show you things on it. So that's what I finished, and that was kind of, I can't actually remember the timings. I want to say July to August or even September last year, when I had absolutely no mojo to craft. I didn't do anything for weeks, and then I just did this, and this is kind of what sparked me to get into things again. So as I As I stop talking about it, I'm just gonna like chuck them on the floor because next to me is just full of stuff and I'm running out of room. So yeah, love my granny cardigan by Baby Crochet Designs or something, Crochet Baby Designs. There we go. I will link everything down below in the description box. The next cardigan is this, and this is the Peekaboo cardigan by Kerry Jane Designs. This is like a raglan cardigan, and then it goes down into like these bobbles with a nice ruffled edge. This again is acrylic. I think it's Stylecraft Special DK. I'm not actually sure on the colour. It might be Parma Violet or something like that. And that is just what I made. And I absolutely love this. I didn't put any buttons or any fastenings on it, so she just kind of wears it as it is, just open, and it is just super, super cute. And I made each of these a few times for my friend's granddaughter that was born in December. So that has all been gifted to her. So yeah, I definitely went on a crochet cardigan craze, and I absolutely recommend both of them patterns. They're both really nice to follow, and yeah, I absolutely love them. They're really fun. So let's see, I will talk about this briefly. If you did watch my old podcast, you would have seen that I was working on the Northeasterly blanket by Skein-Anigans. Goodness me. Long story short, that has not become a blanket. I started to not enjoy it, so I actually finished it early and turned it into a scarf, which it is a really nice scarf. Let me just show you it in all its full. It's really long. I just really stopped enjoying it. For some reason, I started making mistakes in it. I think this is when I was just experiencing like no motivation with making at all, and I just stopped enjoying it. So I thought, you know what, it looks nice like this as a scarf, so that's what I did. So I do wear it as a scarf. Let me just put it on, and it wraps around quite a lot of times, and it's, yeah, it's really nice actually. So that's basically something I finished late last year, and I probably just really messed my hair up. Fantastic. And this is a really nice pattern, but just while I was in a bit of a mood, I didn't want to continue with it. But it's made a lovely scarf. It's made from scrap sock yarns, sorry, mainly from my projects and from an advent calendar. So that's what we've got there, and that is the Northeasterly blanket, but I have a Northeasterly scarf from Skein-Anigans. Okay, the next thing, which I'm going to probably waffle on about for ages. So I decided to take part in the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along, that music out shawl along thing. So I got my yarn, I started it, got it wrong, started it again, got it wrong, again, got it wrong, and then I think it was the 4th time I started it and got it wrong that I basically gave up. So the thing is, I've never knit brioche before. I attempted it, got it wrong, attempted it again, got it wrong, attempted the striped version, got that right, but then got the next bit wrong, and then by the time I cast on the 4th time, it had all been released, and I kind of looked at the finished object and I was like, I don't really like it, so I don't want to do it now. Part of me thinks I don't like it because it made me so cross over like 4 weeks. I just kept getting it wrong, and then part of me generally didn't like it. The way it basically looks like 2 shawls that are connected, and that wasn't for me. And also I saw a lot of people's had like bunching in the middle, and I know that's something that would have drove me mad, even though a lot of people did manage to like block that flat. So long story short, that didn't work out for me. I think in the future, if I do one of his mystery shawls, I will wait for it to be released so I can see it and then decide if I want to do it. So I guess it won't be a mystery for me. But yeah, it was not my cup of tea. But regardless, I still wanted to make a Stephen West shawl. So I decided to make the Winter Lights shawl by Stephen West. And of course, here it is. Oh gosh. I absolutely love it. Just look at that. I just love it. So the yarn is all Yarn Smith sock yarn, merino and nylon. It's really lovely and soft, and I've got this grey, purple, blue and pink. This was a lot of fun to make. Sorry, notification. The end of it wasn't so fun because I think at the end I had about 600 stitches and it was an I-cord bind off, and that took over 2 hours. But nonetheless, it's finished. It's absolutely beautiful. Let me put it on so I can show you. See, this is kind of a shawl I don't think you wear at the... Oh, saying that doesn't look too bad, does it? I just think it's beautiful. And as I was knitting it, my partner was going, oh my God, like, that looks like brickwork, because he's a bricklayer, you know what these traders are like. And I was like, yeah, well, I think it's painting honeycomb or something, this pattern here. But I'm absolutely thrilled with it, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful. It's blocked out to be huge, which I am happy about, because at first it didn't fit around my neck like this. Casually strangling myself at the shawl. But actually wearing it like that, I don't think it looks too bad. I know wearing it on the back of the shoulders looks nice. But then when would you do that? Like when you're wearing a dress or something? I do absolutely love it. My partner said to me my nan would love that. I'm just like, there's no chance. When my earthly time is gone, this is coming with me. I don't really care. No one's having this. Me. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful and I love it. Weaving in the ends was something else. There were so many ends because of how many times you had to change colour. But I just kind of shoved it in the I-cord and cut it. At that point, I'd lost interest. There we go. This is the Winter Light Shawl by Stephen West. I've got 2 more things to show you from late last year that I have. I think I'll talk about this. So I had a big ball of yarn art flowers, which is like a massive kind of 4-ply cake that my sister got for me when she went to South Africa last year. So I didn't know what to do with it, and I saw a pattern for a dress, so I decided to make the dress for my daughter, and it is the Abigail fairy dress by Crystal Riley Watts, and it is a crochet dress. I just absolutely love it. So it starts at the top, it's completely seamless, and then you do these little picot sleeves when you separate the sleeves from the body, and then it just kind of fades out to this white and then grey, and it's just absolutely beautiful, and it's got glitter running through it. She's worn this loads of times, she loves it. Let me just show you the bottom of it, because the body goes out to like a 6-point star. Am I even showing that nicely? You can see, can't you, where it's like a star. Yeah, so it goes out to this 6-point star, and when she twirls, it just goes all open and it just looks so beautiful. This was a lot of work because it's 4-ply yarn. I think it was a 3.5 or 3mm crochet hook. So as you can imagine, it took a long time, but it is absolutely beautiful and I would recommend this. The pattern goes from like a small baby all the way to an adult. I would never be brave enough to crochet myself a dress with 4-ply yarn and a 3mm needle. Like, that would be mad. But yeah, she absolutely loves it. So for a little girl, I definitely recommend it. And I think this is the last project I finished of 2025. I actually think I finished it on New Year's Eve because she wore it on New Year's Day to go to a party. But yeah, I absolutely love it and it is beautiful. So that is the Abigail Fairy Dress by Crystal Riley Watts. Sorry, let me just have a quick drink. I've left the bottle of water open because, no I haven't. What am I on about? I thought I left it open because the noise in the last video annoyed me. I don't want to have another hot drink because I just had coffee. So this is the last thing I'm going to show you. That was from last year. So for Advent of 2025, I got the Polar Express Advent Calendar from the Copper Kettle Fibre and Floss, and that was lovely. I absolutely loved it. So I decided to make, I don't know if I have to look at my notes for this. I decided to make the Calico quilt shawl by Samantha Troyer. And this shawl is designed for an advent calendar. Let me just hold it up to show you. So it's designed to have 25 different triangles that are basically using the colour from each day, and that's what I did. So the advent calendar I got was a 20-gram mini, and then on the 25th day you got 100 grams going. But this doesn't use 20 grams. I think I weighed after I'd done it, and it uses, each one of these uses 7 grams. So you start from the top and it's completely seamless. There's no seaming. It's all just about slipping and joining and stuff as you go. And you start at the top. The pattern's really detailed because it shows you day by day. It's like 30 pages long. It shows you day by day what you need to do. So it's really, really detailed. I can't actually remember what, this must be the first, yeah. So this was the first day, and then second, third, fourth, and then as you go along, it then starts here and goes along again, and then the 25th day is the point at the top. So it was a bit fiddly when I got going, just because I wasn't used to like picking up. Is this? Yeah, that is definitely the side you start on, just because it was a bit fiddly when you're not used to kind of picking up. But after I got 2 or 3 done, it was like second nature. It was so easy, and this is just so lovely and soft. And it's, doing one of these a day, it's like a manageable amount of knitting, so I was able to keep up with it really, really easily. And yeah, that was the 100 grams gain that I just add on for the point. Let me put it on so I can show you. I've worn this loads. Like, it's just absolutely beautiful. It's so soft. It's so big. The way it like wraps around me, it's just so lovely too. Let me put it on. Oh goodness. I've been wearing it loads, and then usually I tie it when I've been going out. I put it on and I tie it. Let's just not tie my hair in with it. I tie it, and then I usually like put this on top. Oh, it's just so lovely. So yeah, that's what I've been wearing a lot, and honestly I'm just so in love with it. And I've got loads of the yarn left from the advent calendar, so that is going to go into another project that I will show you in a minute. Oh, I actually haven't got them. That's okay. When I get to WIPS I will pause and then I will go and grab them quickly, which is long-term WIPS. That's the 4th section of this podcast, is long-term WIPS, because I do have some. So yeah, that is the Calico quilt shawl, and that basically concludes 2025 making from July onwards. Well, not all of it. I did knit a lot of socks as well, but they're in the wash and I can't bother to get them out. So now, to move this forward, now that I've got some space, now I will show you finished objects from 2025. No, finished objects from 2026. So stuff that I've started and finished this year. So one of my goals for 2026 is to actually record my making a bit better. I don't like Ravelry. I don't like using it. Obviously go to it to buy patterns and look at patterns, but I don't like entering my own information. It's just not enjoyable for me. It does my head in a little bit. So what I've decided to do is download a diary app on my tablet. I don't know if this is an iPad, probably not. And then that way I can just put entries in about the projects. So it's just really quick and simple. I just said today I started blah blah blah, and then I'll put another log in it to say today I finished blah blah blah, and I'm taking pictures. So that's one of my goals, is just to track more, just so at the end of the year I can look back and I can just say, oh, I've done all that, I've done all that. So yes, I guess I can actually go in order because I've logged it so well, and I've even put pictures on. So it won't be in order from when I start things, it will just be in order from when I finished it. Okay, so the first entry of this year is for this. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. And on the 8th of January, I logged this. So let me just show you an example. It's any diary app, honestly. You could even do it in your notes. But on the 8th of January, I put, today I finished the Junior Demogorgon by Monchau Designs. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly. I started it on the 7th of January and I finished it on the 8th. So this took me 1 day to make. So I got this pattern from Ribbler, and it is a free pattern, and it's really, really good actually. So yeah, as we all know, the season 5 of Stranger Things came out basically late last year, early this year I believe, and I loved it. I love Stranger Things, and we're actually watching the entire thing again from the beginning, and I actually think we've got one more season left now. Yes, I think we're on season 4, and then we just have 5 to go, and that'll be the entire thing watched twice. I absolutely love Stranger Things. So I decided to crochet this little Demogorgon, super easy to make. I think I started it on the 7th in the evening and I finished it on the 8th in the morning. So it was so fast. And this is using Yarn Smith's chenille yarn, which is a really nice soft yarn. And this is just so cute. I love it. This little guy is leaving me tomorrow. The teacher I work with loves Stranger Things, so I'm going to give this to her for a Christmas present. I've been off work since the 4th of December because I had surgery, so I'm actually going back tomorrow. So I know she'll love this because she absolutely loves Stranger Things. And then I need to make one for myself because I'm not ready to part with this little guy. He's just so cute. So yes, that is the Junior Demogorgon by Monchau Designs. I will put it down below. I'm really not pronouncing that name properly at all, but it was a lovely pattern. It was so simple, it's so soft, it's so cute, and I absolutely love it. Look at it. So this little guy will be on his travels tomorrow, but soon I'll have my own one. So that is the first thing I finished of 2026. Let's have a look. I need to make it so my iPad will stay on for longer because it just keeps dying down. Not dying down, like powering off. Okay, the next thing I finished of 2026 is the mixed media shawl. So I've been seeing a lot about this, so I decided to make it. I think I first saw it on Joe's channel, the Hooked and Happy podcast, and as soon as I saw it I was like, I need to make that. Everyone's making this and I need to make one. So with this project I started it on the 1st of January and I finished it on the 10th, so it took me 10 days. Let me just show you it in all its glory. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Just look at it. Let me just talk about the yarn for a little bit. So this crochet section, sorry, the mixed media shawl is by Shannon Long. This crocheted section, the yarn is Siobhan's Crafts. She had a sale on where she was doing a skein of yarn, random yarn, a project bag that said Merry Squishmas on it, and 3 notions for £17. So I thought, of course I'm having that. And obviously you don't choose, it's completely random, but when it arrived, I was honestly over the moon with these colours. They're just so beautiful. So this yarn is a sock yarn. It's 85% Woolworth, and which I've never worked with before, and 15% nylon, and the colour is Utopia. So I was absolutely thrilled with that. It does smell different to merino. It's definitely much more sheepy, but it's still lovely. It's not silky soft like merino, but it's still lovely and soft. This dark colour for the knitted, oh my goodness. This dark colour for the knitted section is a Lidl sock yarn, which is 75% wool, 25% nylon. And the contrast colour for the eyelets and the picot is a mini from Yarn Unique advent calendar I got when I went to Alexandra Palace for the knitting and stitching show. So yes, I absolutely love it. Let me just put it on to show you. When I saw everyone making it, yeah, Sam, Raina and Joe, that's who I saw it from. When I saw everyone making it, I was like, well, I have to join in. Oh, it's just so lovely. I really like it. I'm not sure if there's something up with the pattern here when you kind of establish the increases, but that's what I heard before I cast it on. But I don't know, I just kind of went along with it, what I thought needed to happen anyway, so it didn't bother me and I didn't really realise anything. So yes, that is the Mixed Media Shawl by Shannon Long, and as I said, I finished it on the 10th of January and I started it on the 1st of January, so that took me 10 days. Lovely. So let's see what else we got going on. Oh dear, what happened there? Oh, can it look at me and just open? Well, that's convenient, isn't it? Why wasn't it doing that before? Oh dear. Okay, so the next thing I finished is the Daisy Delight cardigan by Drops Design. I started this on the 1st of January and I finished it on the 11th. So here we are. It's the Daisy Delight cardigan by Drops. It's a nice pattern, but it was a bit fiddly. Like some of the increases and decreases didn't make sense. But because I'm used to garment knitting anyway, I just didn't listen to that and I done my own thing past a certain point. So really what I followed on this was up until here. And then after that, for the yoke basically, and then after that I done my own thing. But I do really like it because it starts off with this garter and then it goes into these beautiful colour work with all these daisies. And then the rest of it, I just done what I wanted to do, which is just knitting straight. I actually think I did decrease on the sleeves, but that was confusing as well. This, I also put buttons, which are these really cute daisy ones from Hobbycraft, but I also put snaps, sewn on snaps, which it is fiddly, but it makes a difference to how the garment looks overall, and it's much easier for my daughter to get on and off. So this is just made from, this colour is the same Stylecraft DK that is in the Peekaboo cardigan, and then the grey is just a random grey acrylic. I think is it Robin DK? I'm not really a fan of that just because it's much more fluffy than other acrylic yarns and it peels more, but I wanted to use it up. So yeah, that's for my daughter. Beautiful, beautiful. And then the final finished object, yeah, it does, it just looks at my face. The final finished object for 2026 is these, and this is the Winter Wheat Stitch Puff Mittens by Brianna Kay. And this is a free tutorial on YouTube that I just followed because it's my daughter's size anyway. My daughter's been losing her gloves and everything, so I crocheted the 2 mittens. She's at the age where gloves are still a bit fiddly, so to have mittens is much easier. And I also crocheted this string. This string isn't part of the pattern, but you know, it's easy just to put it through their coat and have them dangling from their coat, just so they don't get lost and stuff. So what I did is I just did a single crochet in here, and then I done a single crochet foundation chain to make this long chain that will go in the coat. So yeah, that's a really nice pattern actually. I think the paid for pattern for all sizes is paid for, but the tutorial on this size was free on YouTube. So that is that, and I'm aware of the time, so we might need to speed up a bit because my phone's going to say you do not have enough storage soon. So we will see about that. So that is all of the finished objects from 2026. I might have to go to my long-term WIPS in another video. So now I'm going to go into my WIPS, current WIPS. So I don't know why this is over here. This is one of the WIPs I'm working on, and this is the Scrabucket by the Passionate Spinner. I saw this on the Little Lycac channel when she done her 12 cast-ons of thing that she done. Even though I'm not doing the 12 cast-on thing, I absolutely loved watching the videos that Amanda from Little Lycac did and that Angela from Yarn and Yarns did. Obviously she hosts it, but I absolutely love them, watching them cast on their things, and maybe next year I'll join in, who knows. But yeah, she was making the Scrabucket, which is a project bag, and that is what I cast on. When did I actually cast that on? I think I cast that on the 10th. Let's have a look. The 12th of January I cast that on. So what I'm doing is I'm using minis from the Yarn Unique advent calendar. The advent calendar I bought was like just a random selection of yarns in like an actual box that you open each drawer. So that's what I'm using. I've kind of set it up so it will turn into a fade. So obviously it's dark there, goes blue, blue, lighter blue, and then it starts going into pink, and then it will go more into pink until it's completely pink. So I'm using 10 minis, but I'm only using half of each mini, so 10 grams from each mini, and I'm holding it double with a Yarn Smith's merino sock yarn, and this is in the colour, actually what colour is it, soft grey or something, I'm not 100% sure, but it's some sort of grey that we're doing. So yeah, that's coming along really nicely. Here is the channels for the drawstring. So after you finished, you knit big I-cords to put through here so it can actually make like a functional project bag. So yes, I'm really enjoying that. I'm definitely going to run out of charge. No, I'll do this. I don't know which one to do. I'll do this. This isn't in order anymore. The next thing I have is this Sophie scarf for my daughter. Oh dear. Let's have a look. And obviously the Sophie scarf is by Petite Knit. Everybody knows that. And I started this on the 17th of January. I'm doing the small size just because she is only little, and I'm actually about to start decreasing so it tapers back down. So I'm halfway through it. I am using Wildflower yarns. This is Mermaid's Tail, and I'm holding it double with merino sock in this white. It is DK. Yeah, that's going really, really nicely, and I know she'll absolutely love it because she loves wearing scarves. The next WIP. This is a project bag. Oh my goodness, this is a project bag I got for Christmas. I'll link the Etsy shop down below because I can't actually remember what it's called. But it's a really, really nice project bag. I'm just very wary of the time. I've actually got 2 socks on the go at the moment. So I'll show you the first one. So this is a basic vanilla sock that I'm knitting for myself. The yarn is the main skein from the Polar Express Advent from the Copper Kettle, and I think the 25th day was called When Christmas Comes to Town, and it's all these beautiful colours. And then this is a mini that I got last year from the Copper Kettle, and it's this sparkly grey. I've had problems with my socks fitting recently. I've lost quite a lot of weight, and therefore my socks for some reason aren't fitting at all very well. So I've sized down to a 2.25mm needle from a 2.5 just to see if that improves the fit, but that's where I am at the moment. Okay, so that's that. And then the next thing I'm making is actually my partner Jack a pair of socks. So long story short, I'm dyeing yarn, I am selling yarn and themed boxes. I'll put my Etsy shop down below, but I'm not exactly, you know, promoting myself on here. You can check it out if you want. So the other week I had a little experiment with dyeing up some yarn. One went really well, one went horribly wrong, and it was mainly just to practice. I would never sell something I wasn't happy with. So I decided to over dye what went wrong. And at first, when I saw it in the skein, I thought, oh, how horrible. I've made it 10 times worse by over dyeing it. But I thought, you know what, I'll still knit with it, and I'll knit my partner a pair of socks because they're kind of more masculine colours, I'd say. This is how the yarn turned out when I over dyed it, and I thought, oh, it just looks terrible. But I started the socks, and they actually look really nice the way they're striping. So that is a pair of socks for him, and I'm using the Summerlee basic sock pattern, but obviously for the large size for a man's foot because his feet are like size 11 or something. So yeah, let me just see when I started them. So I know I started Jack's sock yesterday. Yep, so I started Jack's sock yesterday, the 18th of January, and I started my sock on the 16th. So I've got 2 pairs of socks on the go. And that is literally all I'm going to have time for. I do have long-standing WIPS, which I guess I'll show you next. I've got 2 blanket WIPS basically, and I will show you them next time I podcast because I won't have all of the bulk that I had at the beginning with showing you last year's products. So I will show you them next time because I've got 4 minutes left to record and I just don't think I have enough time to show you that in 4 minutes. So yeah, let me just have a quick drink again before I just start chatting more. So yeah, I was actually dreading this podcast a little bit because obviously I'm trying to change my style to show my true self. You know, just to be a bit more authentic and a bit more comfortable. And when I started, I was quite anxious, but now I've kind of calmed into it and I feel much better. So yeah, I am going to leave it at that. I'm going to go to Sainsbury's and buy some hair dye because my hair is looking interesting. I'm also going to get on with some more knitting and put all of this humongous pile away. Let me just show you what we got going on. Look at that. So yeah, I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone has a fantastic week and I will see you next time. The schedule from now on is kind of 2 to 3 weeks, but we'll just see how much knitting I get done. So happy crafting everyone, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.